It bears reminding that the fan theory is more than just trying to predict the outcome of your favourite show. It's not something that just explains an intended interpretation of the narrative. I think the ending of Inception was this. No, and not all interpretations are necessarily fan theories. When I was researching for my dissertation, I came across a positive, neat little term called fan-made time, or fanticipation, if you like a bit of wordplay in your academia. Matt Hills, whilst referring to Doctor Who in particular, noted that the period where the show is off air enables fans to approach their material over which they have cognitive mastery. This fan-made time blurs the line between speculative hype and fan preconceptions. Fans already have their version of how they expect things to go, and the power of community leads to a lot of these readings entering the mainstream. Fuck off! Sorry, phone. You know how it is. Point is, I think Matt Hills was actually describing the fan theory a couple years early. Your fan theory sucks. Owain Gwynn invented and published this term in 2014 at the peak of Star Wars sequel hype train, and we know how that turned out. Even just a year later, the Star Wars hype continued to show us it in action, and currently we slavishly await those answers. Even though every fan has their own preconceived version of Rise of Skywalker. Whew, okay, I wanted a smooth Star Wars fan theory up first, like as a good transition, but I just now realised how bored of that series I really fucking am, so we'll move on to a sci-fi adjacent franchise with absolutely no controversy. Doctor Who. Oh, God, sorry, I just dropped my clip. Oh, man, okay, let me just put it somewhere. Let me just... I'm so clumsy. I keep putting in the Weeping Angel clip. I don't mean... Okay, I'm just going to leave that. The Weeping Angels have made 7 appearances in TV Who, with 1 appearance even in Class, whatever that was meant to be, and yet still no explained backstory. From the beginning of time, these quantum-locked creatures use time travel to feed. And many fans have pointed out a link to another species.
And will stand as monument to their shame, like the Weeping Angels of old. Now the Vanguard stands prepared, as the children of Gallifrey return to the universe, to Earth.
What if the angels are fallen Time Lords? There's definitely a link between these two species, whether it's physical or mythological. This has the makings of a great fan theory, but at the same time it's so refreshing to have a corner of the lore left completely without answers for a change. Like, we don't need the Weeping Angels explained, they just are. Oh god, somebody explained them, didn't they? Okay, turns out the angels had a mythological status in Time Lord society, much like 50% of the villains in this show. They evolved at the dawn of time, probably from a plague in a dust-based world called Gahana. Cool, thanks for taking the fun and mystery out of that! I really like the idea of them being fallen Time Lords, though. It makes Gallifrey akin to the heavens. It's also notable to mention that the Time Lords are forbidden from interfering with time, and what else do angels do? All they do is displace people from time and eat off of that interference. It may not be the holy scripture of canon, but it is too much of a coincidence to just bat off. God, Rusty Davis and Moffat spoiled us with nod nod wink wink details like this. But maybe they fed us 1 scrap too many. 2 out of 5. It's fun, but I've always had reservations about it. And the more we learn about the angels, the worse they are. Next is a guilty confession. I have been in and out of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game for the last 10 years. I run a Samochi burn deck, for anyone nerdy enough to know what that means. I know just about every gimmick and mechanic in this brilliant, frustrating game. But somebody who does not know the rules of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game is, of course, Yugi himself. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh. The king of games and protagonist wins a good amount of Series 1 duels by straight up cheating and inventing new rules on the fly. Yugimoto wins the other half of his duels from that point on with blind dumb luck. No synergy, no theme, no archetype play, no combo support or meta. The King of Games wins tournaments with the trusty Celtic Guardian and Waterbon. This fan theory posits, what if the Millennium Puzzle has a true ability? What if the puzzle gives its wearer the power of good fortune and luck, in instances where the wielder needs it the most? There's no skill in drawing from a random shuffled deck, you know. How did one Yugioh do so much more using the same deck as this other Yugioh? Because this Pharaoh... Oh my god, really? Because this Pharaoh has the heart of the cards. And what does that mean anyway? The heart of the cards. The Pharaoh is never actually that specific. Is it generic anime believe in yourself speech? Or is Yugi's sheer willpower affecting his deck? Because it definitely seems that way. Does it mean faith in your deck? Does it mean love for your monsters? Or the ability to always instantly draw the one card you need no matter the odds? Sometimes you don't even need the card in your deck. Definitely illegal play. I think this theory is silly, yet still quite convincing. The idea of the hero protagonist essentially cheating isn't as far-fetched when you realise that almost every character in this series does the same. Whether hero or villain, ancient Egyptian relic or perfume-scented cards. Everybody cheats. The only problem with this theory is the nature of the show. It is truly a great series, cartoon and manga and all, but the primary goal is to sell Yugioh trading cards. The more dynamic and ridiculous and satisfying the duel, the better. Like, this silly show is epic theatre, and small things like odds and chance don't actually matter. I mean, what, does that mean that Kaiba also has the heart of the cards? Managing to summon 3 level 8 monsters in 2 turns? Sometimes 1? Bullshit. Being a good duelist in the series might just mean how good you are at picking up the damn cards. It's more just the show's unique style. 3 out of 5. Next up, I've had the Genie Friend Like Me song stuck on my head for about a week now, and I do want to end it. Jafar is the hero of Aladdin. Ah, now this is an old theory, this is a brave theory. Let's hear him out. Let's not get it wrong, Aladdin is a villain. A violent, lying thief. The Sultan's aide gives him a job prospect. You know how hard it is to come by work in Agrabah? And he backstabs him. In this fan theory, Jafar protects Jasmine from a strange man entering the land. Prince Ali is a liar from a place that doesn't exist. The Sultan is taken in by one song and isn't doing a good job of protecting his daughter. He is a fool! He's a fucking fool! And he's also a fool that is going to behead Jafar. If this line is... I don't know why he thinks he's going to be beheaded. Weird scene. Aladdin, liar, deceitful, shallow, backstabbing. Sure, you could say everyone in Aladdin is terrible, but may I then present you with this guy? No, not that one. No, Genie wants to be doing fun things and only gets sad when he's forced into an actual adult position of governmental authority. Jafar loves law. Aladdin hates it. Fuck law, says Aladdin. Okay, no, but real talk, this fan theory, I always hate these ones, because although it seems like light fun, you have also failed a morality test designed for children. No, I haven't seen how the live action... Oh my god, Duolingo. Are you... Why am I so busy today? I'm 35% away from leveling up Basics 1 in French. Sick. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is what we call a reach. It's an obvious attempt to try and fragment the text, and I admire that. It's all about perspective. Even for Jafar, who might be one of the most pantomimely evil characters in the fairy tale villain gallery. I particularly like the part where he finally sees his power and within seconds becomes the morally good animal icon, the snake. And then of course, the friendly Satan. What's not to trust? 4 out of 5, because this number score is completely arbitrary. Read Meiji instead. Finally, to conclude the series, let's go through all of the classic OG fan theories, the ones from the early internet. I've skipped most of these because everybody knows them, and everybody hates them. Let's give them a fair shot. The cast of Spongebob represent the 7 deadly sins. Wow, there's a lot to process there. They actually add up if you look at them all, but that's Edge Park and Tacky. Go home. The engineers invented the xenomorph to kill humanity. Don't go getting all biblical on me. It's not as if that was the entire point of the film. Mythology is not a fan theory. Subtext, even less so. The friends from Friends are in an asylum, sharing group psychosis. I'm not a Friends fan, but Community totally did this. Go and watch Community. All of the Pooh characters represent a disorder. ADHD, depression, anxiety. Oh, sounds ridiculous, but probably on point. Ash Ketchum is in a coma. What is it with you guys and these dark cartoon theories? It's a fixation. Sandy died in Greece. Okay, that's it. I'm taking your Wi-Fi away for a week. The island from Lost is the afterlife. When a character dies, they leave purgatory. Yo, I haven't even seen this show and I know that ending. How did you miss the ending? None of the Rugrats can talk, it's all in Angelica's head. I wish you guys would use the same energy used for dark cartoon theories for literally anything else. I hate this fan theory. Nothing more. Willy Wonka uses children to make candy. Okay, this one though I like. I like to think my boy Gene played him with a bit of serial killer ambiguity. I think that's there. And there's this incredibly strange scene.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
That's a euphemism for penis. I don't trust this man. Aladdin takes place in a post-apocalyptic future. My neighbours must think I'm fucking crazy shouting shit like Aladdin takes place in a post-apocalyptic future. And finally, in every story, in every medium, it was all a dream. To conclude, the fan theory is a rebellious act, and it's this very fact that keeps drawing me to them. Hell yeah, consider me a rogue reader. But as we've seen in recent years, postmodernism goes both ways. All kinds of people can divorce themselves from a text. Erase your involvement. Consistency or denial. Some people can rebel from the status quo for all sorts of reasons. Not all of them good. Thank you from the deepest of my black heart for watching.